Ready? Okay.
Oh,
No,
you're a cheerleader. I was doing
ready?
karate. Oh, ready? Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Hey guys, we're back. Well, I'm back with my trusty pal Alice from You Don't Even Grow Here. And I don't know when this video is going up, but I think it's gonna go up before Christmas. So Merry
Christmas.
Merry December. Today we are just going to be sitting here like couch potatoes, doing nothing except talking. So if you don't like when people talk, click
That
off.
was your chance.
Click off, buddy. Get out of here.
Exits 2 doors down to the left.
Ow! That's why I'm itchy. There's freaking dog hairs.
Oh.
They're just, look. They're impaling me and it hurts and it itches.
Oh, but that's why I'm itchy up here.
Let me see your back. Yeah, you've got dog hairs impaling your back. It hurts, my butt. Okay, so I opened my questions on Instagram, both planty and personal, and we're just gonna answer them. We have 6 plant questions, 6 personal questions. The light may change as the video ages because the sun's going down.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. But we're not gonna rush. Someone said, me rushing gives them anxiety. Very, very sorry. But yeah, I was just racing daylight and I didn't have my I didn't have my, I almost said it again, my ring light out here. So we have come prepared. I have to burp. So yeah, we're just gonna get through them. It'll just be a little chit chat and hang. So get your plant stuff.
Get your PJs on.
Get your PJs on. Get a beverage. And
Just hang out.
yeah, let's just hang out. These pants are getting wildly uncomfortable. But ow! Ouch! Ow.
Let's get comfortable and cozy. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Anyway, I have to burp again. We're never gonna get this video done.
I gotta burp. I gotta fart. I gotta poo.
Because of this damn Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. Let's do plant question, personal, plant, personal.
Okay,
We'll keep
I like
going
that.
back and forth.
Yeah.
So, our first question is, best nutrients you've used this year? I'll go first. Oh, that's a house.
Oh! Oh, like that's not a
There's a house
take a
coming
photo
down
of
the
that.
river.
There's just a full-on house. Take a video of it so we can see.
Oh yeah, there's a house coming down the river, y'all. It's a house.
Vince, there's a house on the river.
What?
There's a house on the river.
It's just chugging along. Like the front door looks like slightly submerged.
Oh no. Are there bushes?
It's like a fully landscaped house.
We have to bring our grass. Best nutrients used this year. So, I've actually been using CalMag for all of this year, which is something that I am always shoving down people's throats because it is magical for emergent leaves, for really like nice fully formed leaves, and
It
just
gets overlooked a lot.
yeah, definitely. So get some CalMag. Ow, the Sensi.
Cincy Cal.
Sensi Cal is one that I've used the longest. The one I'm using right now is just the Indo Max Minerals, which I feel like it's doing its job. And then other than CalMag, I've actually been using Liquid Gold Leaf for longer than the current one I'm using. The only thing is you can't get it outside of the UK.
Yeah.
You used to.
Yeah. So we couldn't get it again.
Yeah, we couldn't get it again.
Unless when I go back, I can go get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I am like really heavy using TPS1 right now. That was a recommendation from Amanda, aka Bunny. So yeah, those are the 2 that like just without fail, like I have to use those right now. But other than that, I'm not really using a ton of other things.
Yeah, right now it's just TPS1.
TPS1 and
Indomax.
CalMag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple.
Yeah.
What about you?
Right now I'm using TPS1 and Sensi CalMag. Right now.
Yeah.
Before that I've been using CalMag. I kind of neglected it at the beginning of the year, but for the last 6 months or so, I've been back on it regularly. And before that, I was using a mixture of liquid gold leaf, MSU, and I never know how to say it. Dynagrow Foliage Pro.
Oh, okay.
And all of those things worked fine, but it was, I think the biggest game changer was Great White for me, which is not a fertilizer, of course, but I think that was one thing that could not have been replaced this year.
Yeah, is the myco. That was a question. We'll just answer it now since we're talking about it. Which is, have you decided which myco you prefer, TPS or Great White? I'm undecided because I'm still trying to observe the sort of effects of both of them.
Yeah.
But I have not been using it long enough to make any kind of determination of which one is better. I can tell you that I've seen the results of using both Great White and Billions, but I can't be like, oh, but I prefer this one over the other.
I've been using Great White for longer, and I used Great White from spring all the way through summer, and currently still using it. And TPS Billions, we didn't start till like August. I don't think I actually started to use it till the tail end of August, so the seasons were changing, so you couldn't compare the growth of those two.
Yeah, I don't think that I would be comfortable making any kind of like solid, like, this is my recommendation until I've been using it for more than a year.
Yeah, but what we can say is that they both work.
Yeah.
I think the one that we were using before, though we've seen benefits, it didn't work as well as Great White or TPS Billions.
Like not even comparable.
No,
I would say.
Yeah, it's like comparing Marfil to like an actual fertilizer.
Yeah.
That like it's.
The only difference is that Marfil doesn't brand themselves as like, this is a fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's a soil enhancer.
Yeah.
Whereas the other myco we use is like we're myco.
We are myco.
We are myco.
But I think the biggest thing, because so I've listened to a lot of myco podcasts, and I can't remember which one I heard this on, but there's just a lot of myco companies where they claim to have all these strains of fungi, but it's not actually in it, or like they're not viable. So yeah, so like there's that to consider as well. But with Great White and TPS Billions, we can say that they're delivering on what they say. Like I can't say like I can tell that these certain strains are present,
so
but like
yeah.
But like the beneficial bacteria is amazing in conjunction with the fungi. Yeah. I don't think you could really go wrong with either of them.
I don't think so either, honestly. Yeah. I think they're both great. The only difference that I've noticed is the smell.
Yeah, the Great White smell grew on me though. It's so savory. It's not
bad. It's just very mushroomy.
Yeah, it does like kind of shock you at the first time.
Yeah, and then TPS is just all sugar.
It's all sugar.
It smells like it too. It's like very, very candy-like.
And I feel like, well, TPS Billions is just not as accessible to Canadians.
That's also a drawback. But Great White is slightly more expensive in Canada.
Price?
I would say they're pretty comparable. I actually think TPS is a little cheaper.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong. I'll put up the prices here. Yeah. Okay, next question is a personal one. Have you guys ever thought about doing a podcast together?
This comes up pretty regularly.
It does come up regularly.
Yeah.
Here's what my ideal podcast would be. I do want it to be, I guess, geared toward plants, but I also kind of want it to be like a whatever podcast. One of my favorite TikTokers, his name is Matt Belegdi. He just launched a podcast called The Useless Hotline, where people call in and ask for advice, and then they just give advice, but it's like not great advice, or it's just useless advice where they just kind of like poke fun at the situation, or they talk about it. But it's like, I like that it can, on any day, they can be talking about something so wildly different than the day before. Because I don't know if me personally, I would be able to sustain a plant podcast. Like solely, I don't feel like I have enough to give or talk about, or I have enough knowledge
that's
to
like
just
grounded in science and like
yeah.
decades of experience.
Exactly.
And,
Like I just don't see it happening. Like I'd love to like talk about some of the like the more spicy things in the plant community, like talking about certain like people submit, oh, like this was an interaction that I had with these people, and then we like talk about, you know,
just
like
kind of dissect
the
it.
seller and the just stuff like that. I could totally be on board with.
Yeah, I would want it to not have like a lot of boundaries on like the topics and stuff, but while still keeping it fairly like the audience knows what they're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would love to do a podcast.
I would too, but see, the issue is there's one major issue we have.
Time?
How do you do it? How do you do it? And where do you find the time to do
like
it?
where do you even begin?
Yeah, like what?
That just shows how far we've gotten to
Yeah.
the process, not very
Like
far.
we know, like I feel like we make a good match in terms of having a podcast, but we don't know what the hell to do. How do you produce a podcast?
Yeah, and like we'd have to find time to be in the same room. It would be hard to like phone it in, right?
And especially without like a huffy puffy puppy.
Right. Yeah. We need like an office to
And you have
record
no
in.
money.
Yeah.
No money.
I mean, we really just need. You have a mic.
Yeah, I have a mic,
Yeah.
but I think we need 2 mics. So if
You
you want to
still
make a
put us like a
podcast,
mic.
we need 2 mics. All right. As far as you got, we've got our microphones. So anyway,
we
long story
definitely
short,
have thought about it.
yeah, we've thought about it.
That would be like, you know, the next goal. But I think we're still so baby on YouTube that like it's taking up a lot of our
time
and
and energy. Like I feel like if we tried to like do something else at the same time, we would sort of diminish the quality of of what we're already offering.
It's already crashed.
But we would love to, if there's anyone out there that knows how to produce a podcast and that we could pick their brain just to see if it's something that is doable.
Yeah.
I'd be definitely open to it.
Absolutely.
Period. Per. Biggest challenges caring for a lot of plants. Very good question, Roger. Okay, let's try and answer this question without putting YouTube in the mix.
Okay. Yeah, so it's more relatable.
More relatable. To be honest, both of us, I would say we like our downtime. Like where we're just doing nothing, playing games
Zero
on the
productivity.
phone. Yeah. Just well, for me, I love just sitting and watching TV
while playing a game.
Because I have ADHD, can't focus. But I feel like because we like that downtime and we sort of make it a priority.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to be like, with every free moment, I'm gonna make sure that, you know, all my moss poles are filled and everything is not getting dried out. Like, so many of my plants die because I'm not
watering it.
Same. Watering is like, and
that's
we both
the biggest
use no
challenge.
drainage.
Yeah. And we like if we didn't have clear vessels, no drainage, and all that, it would be so much worse.
Oh, I'd have half the plants I have now.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think like the clear vessels might make you like, dang it, I better go water rather than, like, it's not as much ignorance to the situation at hand.
Yeah.
Do you have a video?
Oh yeah.
On how we manage our large collections on a tight schedule or a very busy schedule.
Yeah. Which is a very helpful video, but if we had to like put it in a nutshell, watering is definitely one main issue we have. Keeping up with poles, like in terms of the maintenance of poles.
I mean, I don't even really try.
Extending moss poles, making sure moss poles are filled, fertilizing moss poles, because that's such a large factor when you're thinking about climbing plants in terms of actually getting them to grow.
And like space too as they grow.
Yeah,
and like running out of space, because I find that when they get really big, then they start to you start to not see plants near the back, so they end up like dying back because they're really severely underwater.
There's just too many.
Yeah.
I think another challenge that I have personally, because I feel like there's part of me that knows that this hobby would be more enjoyable if I had less plants. But at the same time, I love the diversity of plants that I have, and I love that like there's always something to look forward to in terms of growth or root growth or sizing up, because we have so many plants.
And I don't trust myself to, like, if I were to, let's say, get rid of another 20 plants, I don't trust myself not to just fill it with another 20 plants. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we don't go out looking for plants, but sometimes they just like land in your lap and you're like, oh, that's so cute. I'm so excited.
Like last night. I mean, 2 nights ago.
Like,
Aaron dropped off a bunch of plants. And you're like, ooh, ah.
Well, like, I only got 1 plant from that. No, sorry.
2.
Like 5.
Oh, I only got 2. 7.
Oh, crap.
Sherberichii. How do you say that? Sherberichii. Polynura.
Viola, and 2. No, I think there's 3 more seedlings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I don't think I really signed up for any of that.
Well, yeah.
So this is what happens.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, and like decluttering a plant, I feel like takes a lot of effort, and you remember these things, but you don't always remember the plants that come in.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, it's just, it's not as impactful, I feel like, as getting rid of a plant completely.
Yeah. So there are definitely challenges that I feel like we're always going to have, no matter how much we try and be organized or be proactive about things.
You know what I think though? I think this time next year our collections are going to be smaller, because every passing year we're a little bit more in tune with like what we actually want out of the plant hobby.
That's true. Okay, so those are our challenges. The end. Period.
No solutions.
No solutions. Only problems, no solutions. I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
That's problems. Our podcast.
Yeah.
Why did I laugh like a dad just then?
Ow! Plant question. Wait, was it a plant? No, personal question.
Personal question.
What do you do with a Christmas present that you don't like?
I'm trying to remember like a time when I had a present I just had no idea what to do with. Do you have like anything? Or like a type of present that you get? Like,
okay, so there is this one time. Not one time, but there is a type of present that never really just hits the mark, and it's always accessories or clothes from like my mom's friends. Bless you, mom's friends.
Like that generation.
They
like don't
older.
Know you very well.
Yeah, they don't know my personality. They don't know how I dress. But you know, they go to a store and they see something. Oh yeah, she'll probably like this.
Yeah.
And it just completely misses. It just misses the mark so bad. But
I can totally picture the type of thing. Like, it's like a purse that's like embroidered, or like
it's got like butterflies on it.
Hair accessories. I've gotten so many, like, and I think they were like real gold, but they're like just like these dangly earrings with like pearls on it, like just like completely.
The ones that go like this?
Yeah. Or like these really ornate, like gold, like really yellowy gold, like necklaces and stuff. I just put a lot of this stuff. I know what I do with it. I hold on to it for like about 10 years, and then I box it up and donate it.
So you're a little bit more careful, because I have mad OCD, like clinical diagnosed OCD. So everything in my house, down to the storage boxes, I have to know exactly what's in those boxes, and I have to know that we need them, because if we don't need them, I don't want them in my house. So what I do with the Christmas presents that I know I will never wear,
like straight off the bat, you already know.
Straight off the bat, it goes into donation. Like, I'm talking like that week. Which is really mean, but it's not like I'm throwing it away. It'll go to somebody else that it suits their taste.
And they're gonna actually pick it.
Yeah, they pick it and they want it. But the worst part is when you open gifts in front of that person. You gotta put your acting skills to use. You gotta really try so hard, because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Exactly.
And I always wonder if I've ever gifted someone that didn't like what I did.
So that's the thing, like one of my love languages is gift giving, right? And it freaks me out, the thought of giving someone something and then they're like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Yeah.
Like I need this gift to have a positive impact on their life. So I need it to be like useful, or like this will, like, you know, they can definitely use it. And then every time I give them gifts, like, and then you can do it with like I did with
Does
your...
it like, I know, I was like, calm down.
I gave her like a bendable tripod, and I was like, so here's what I was thinking. Like you could use it in your week of,
yeah,
and then you can have like all these new angles and stuff, like
she's
overhead
like,
shots.
over
Like
I'm like, okay, Alice.
I gave her like popcorn and like popcorn seasoning. I was like, so for your next movie night, you could have, so these are the mini sacks, so you can have flavor in this one. This
She even picked
the flavor.
She picked the movie.
Oh yeah, I picked what she needed to watch. So like it freaks me out to know
she has
that,
gift giving anxiety.
Yes, I do, but it means a lot more to me, I think, than the person receiving it. Yeah, like it really, like I will not buy someone something just so that I gave them a gift. You know what I mean? Like, which is like a pretty common thing. Like they're like, here's a gift card. Like I could not ever give someone a gift card.
I definitely am not as thoughtful when I'm shopping for kids. I'm like, I got you a gift, I got you a gift, I got you a gift, done.
I mean, kids is different though. They'll just like anything.
Well, because you have to impress their parents. See? Oh. But then I just really don't care. I'm like, your kid's not gonna care. So yeah, what do I do with a Christmas present I don't like?
Immediately
donate a year after.
No, not even a year after, like 10 years after.
Oh yeah,
like,
10 years after.
I'll like move multiple times with these gifts.
Alice.
Yeah.
So you have gifts in your house right now that
I just recently put into a bag. It's still sitting in my basement, but it's put in a bag for donation. Like, yeah.
Maybe if I had a basement, I wouldn't be as... or like a garage.
This is not something to aspire to, though.
I'm like, how can I be like you? Because what if one day...
I think we need to meet in the middle.
5 years.
Yeah.
Because what if like one day that person's just like, oh yeah, like they come over, they're like, oh, where's that pillow I
don't think I could do it within the month. Because what if you could see them? While I couldn't... I need to still have it while it's fresh in their memory of giving it to me, you know?
That's safe.
Yeah.
That's safe.
Wait, let it adjust.
That looks blue as heck. That one's purple.
Yeah. That's better. That's way better.
What was the first one?
That one, yeah. That one's good.
Oh yeah, it's so much better. Okay,
yeah.
We changed the light color. So.
There we go. Not as yellow.
Okay, so the next question is a planty question. Which are your favorite common plants? I can think of one off this.
Does it just have to be one?
No, I think we can just rapid fire.
Okay.
ZZ plant.
I love ZZ plant, like really big, super full one.
Yeah. I don't care if it's ZZ, Raven,
green,
yeah.
Yeah. And one I want, which I don't have, is the Zenzi.
Is that
fat, chubby guy.
Yeah. The stems are like
like you
like
want to just like a bok choy.
Bok choy. Oh, dang, yeah, bok choy. So,
I want one of those.
You said Mycans.
Mycans is one. Love.
I like snake. I don't love snake plants for like just like, oh, I love this snake plant, but I love that you can like stick it in a bathroom and not really worry about it.
What I don't really like is the really tall snake plants that like end up you have to like tie them together.
Oh yeah. No, I like the small,
the stubby ones. Yeah.
And then when it gets too big, you can rehome it and then get another small one to fit the same space. Specifically though, I like the what's that light color? Moonshine.
Yeah.
Moonshine. Is it?
Yeah.
That's alcohol, isn't it?
Yep. Moonshine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Moonshine. Why does it sound weird now?
You want to say moonlight or something?
Maybe moonlight. It's not moonlight. Yeah, moonshine. I really like that one. It's really pretty. Your turn.
Monstera deliciosa.
Oh, that's a good one. Yep.
Large form.
Mm-hmm. Another common plant I like is I'm like in my head walking through Garden Works.
I've been doing that a lot today, thinking about plants. when we were doing Heads Up, I was like,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
garden works.
Oh, okay. So common plants that I love, but I cannot keep are ferns.
Oh.
You know, like the maidenhair ferns are so
or
beautiful.
asparagus fern.
Yeah,
Fern.
fern. The texture of it is just so like whimsical and beautiful.
It's like asparagus fern feels like dill.
Yeah, and it's so nice to just run your hands through
Mm-hmm.
it. Like when I go plant shopping, I always like go to the ferns first.
Yeah. Oh, Ficus alii.
Yep, that's a good one. How's your doing? How's
It's
yours
been dead
doing?
for so long. It never rooted. Ever.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no!
Oh, I thought of one.
Walking through garden works.
Uh-huh.
Philodendron Brazil.
Oh my god, why did it take me so long? I was like, what is a Brazil?
That was like me with the.
Oh, that one.
What are you talking about, Madagascar?
Huh?
Philodendron Rojo Congo,
Mm.
or not Rojo Congo, Green Congo.
Not rojo?
No, I like the green one more than the Rojo.
Oh, I like the rojo more.
Well, why didn't
Oh,
we just
Barcus.
switch?
I have one.
Okay, so if you can't think of your other one, then
move on?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
move on. So the next personal question is, how do you deal with breakups? Yeah, let's say that like we had a useless hotline and someone was like,
Yeah.
I'm going through a breakup.
Yeah.
How?
I haven't been through many breakups. Like, I haven't dated that much.
Oh.
Here's a fun fact that nobody knows. I used to be married.
Dun
And
dun dun!
that was obviously my most significant breakup. I think my natural coping mechanism was to feel nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure a therapist would agree that's healthy, but
That's immediately where my brain went. So while it was like really sad, I just like was a zombie. Like I didn't skip work. I would go to work every day and then I'll
just
go
like
home
go
and
through the motions.
yeah, and I would just after work I just wander around, go home, sleep, do the same thing. But I'll also like it's probably different who initiates the breakup, right? So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've definitely broken up with more people than I've actually only been broken up with once. And I'll never forgive him for that.
like I really truly haven't like could put on one hand how many people I've been in a relationship with because I don't
Wow.
like people. Like
Fair,
I
fair.
don't need to be with someone. So if someone like you just know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
You feel it.
Yeah, and then it just happens. So it didn't happen for me that many times in my life.
Well, I've been through several breakups. Some were more painful than others, especially the one where I was broken up with because I did not like the feeling of being broken up with.
I mean, I don't think anybody likes that
Yeah.
feeling.
Well, before, like when I was like a teenager, like in high school and stuff, like I was very emotional, which is weird because I've definitely hardened up
But that's
over the years.
like when you're young, you're
like,
hormonal and
it's
like
so hormonal.
yeah.
So I would say in my adult life, how I've dealt with breakups is just staying busy. Like I would be with friends all the time. I would work a lot.
Just distract yourself.
Just like I would always distract myself. And I would also try and make sure that I look more beautiful. So yeah, I like always made it a point, like after breakups, I'm like, I am not gonna like go down that hole of like not brushing my teeth and not like, you know,
Oh, like
showering.
just wallow.
Yeah, like no wallowing because
Yeah.
it was like a I don't know.
Yeah, I do feel like after a breakup though, like you could go, you know, two directions. You could wallow and kind of, you know, close in on yourself, or you suddenly see like all these things you are now free to do. That might have been like, you know, something you avoided doing or like couldn't do because you felt some
Yeah,
sort
like-
of obligation towards your partner.
Like finding some silver lining in
Exactly.
the breakup.
Yeah. Like, oh, I never got to eat this food because my ex hated, like, couldn't eat this or something. That I get to, you know, go
Yeah.
to these restaurants or, yeah. That's one reason I gotten a few questions along this line, like how long have you been together, or like, you know, I think gearing towards like, are you ever gonna get married and stuff like that. But I don't really see any point in getting married having like already been married before. My boyfriend's been married as well before, like different times in our lives, and we both now know like it's, you know, just having that certificate or wedding doesn't mean you're going to be together forever. So like if anything, things, in my experience, things changed once you got married.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's true across the board, but like there are some people who will just like stop trying completely.
Yeah.
So I don't see any benefit to getting married, really.
Yeah, and it's to each person. I never wanted to get married.
Really?
Yeah, I never wanted to get married. I was like, over my dead body, am I going to be tied to a man my entire life who is going to expect me to clean the house and take care of the children? And I didn't even want kids. Yeah, so I definitely made an exception for Vince.
You balance each other out though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like we were friends before we got together, so I don't know. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. If you don't want to have kids, don't have kids. If you don't want to be with anyone, don't be with anyone. Period.
And I'm also never having kids, ever.
She has me.
And my parents know this. I think they're a little bit sad about it.
I asked you that. I'm like, do they get sad that like?
Yeah. Like my mom's always like testing the water, like, oh, like Huxley's so cute, but wouldn't it be so cute if like it was a real child? And like when she said this in front of my aunt.
Yeah.
And my aunt's like, I'll take care of this. Fill my water up. And then so she like took her into a corner and like taught her.
Aroused her.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you, Auntie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely getting better with each generation of like the pressure being off of women to like not be expected to like childbear in their life. Like
that it's like a given.
It's a given that like, oh, when are you gonna have kids? You know, it's just like an actual decision you make.
Yeah.
But if I ever have kids, I think Alice will like my child. Maybe. No guarantees, but I think she'll give it a solid try. We'll see. The next plant question is, what do you guys think about the decrease in plant prices? By the way, we changed the lighting again because it was so dark. We're looking a little warmer now. Clearly we don't know jack crap about lighting. We just bought a camera and started a YouTube channel.
Turn it on.
Turn it on. So anyway, decrease in plant prices. I definitely think it's had its pros and cons.
Yes, I'm a little conflicted about it, but more feeling positive.
Me too.
Do you want to talk about the pros and cons?
Yeah, so I would say that a pro is that things are more attainable now, like things that we never in a million years thought we would be able to get at the prices that we did get it at. Like your bicolor, for example.
Exactly, yeah. Or just knowing that I could get it if I wanted to. Before, it's like not even in a million years could I have that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so for people like us who don't have like a lot of connects in the plant world, you know, we're not friends with like Costa Farms and like all these like notorious growers and collectors, but we can't sell our plants for jack crap now.
Yeah, that was one thing that was really nice in 2020 is like we needed to fund something or like, oh crap, it's time to buy the dog food again. Then we just do a really quick purge on Facebook and then we have money suddenly to buy the things we need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy Christmas presents, things like that. Yeah, though I kind of miss that. I feel like now I couldn't even sell cuttings or propagations of my plants for enough to make me want to put my shoes on and meet someone for a pickup.
I've had plants that like are still kind of worth something and people wouldn't even take it for free. Yeah,
our local market is kind of weird that way. Yeah. So I think they want things if this is the, you know, national market value of a plant, this is what Vancouver wants to sell it at.
And
or buy it at. Yeah.
It's rough out here.
It's really rough out here.
It's rough out here.
Yeah.
We have a great selection in terms of things that are being produced and sold at our greenhouses. Like we get comments all the time like, holy crap, like where you guys live, it's so magical.
Yeah.
It is great that we have access to these plants, but the downside is it's so hard
Like,
to sell.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's not like we're selling because we want to make profit, but it was nice when we could buy new plants knowing
and fund
that,
our collection.
yeah, that we're offsetting the cost by taking cuttings of our current plants. So in that sense, it kind of sucks that the market price is decreasing.
Well, it has like just completely dropped in almost nothing.
There's like pretty much no plant market in Vancouver. It's like,
No.
if you guys want to trade, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you want to give away a plant, that's cool. But good luck trying to sell anything more than like $50.
Yeah, because it's funny. Like I would sell a plant, or I would put a plant up for sale, and then it's cheaper than, let's say, this nursery would sell it for, and people would flock to the nursery for it. It's like I just don't really get it, so I given up trying. That would be definitely a con of the prices dropping so much. Is like now we can't really, sustain our collections or grow our collections without feeling like we're paying out of pocket for it.
Because essentially before it was like the plants were paying for themselves. Like your collection would grow, but you weren't necessarily spending any of your personal money from your paychecks.
Yeah, it would pay itself off eventually.
It would pay itself off.
Yeah.
But now...
Yeah, but again, it's not costing us really anything to get plants.
Yeah,
and we're also not buying plants that much, so we're not really seeing
a huge
effect on our life.
Yeah. But I overall, I would say it's a good thing that...
For sure. You know what one thing is good? Is like the really like snobby elite people back in the day now have nothing to brag about.
They're so
and
quiet.
We don't hear from them anymore. It's so nice.
Yeah.
We don't have to see their stupid faces.
It was like every post, every comment, it was just like, we get it.
Like these like little humble brags.
Like, oh, I don't know, I've had mine for 7 years, but
Yeah, we're like, oh, I'm so lucky to have this plant from a dear private collector friend.
Yeah, I'm just so glad to not see so many of those posts anymore because they were exhausting. I left a lot of plant groups because of it. It would leave a nasty taste in my mouth. It would make me angry. It would give me feelings that like I feel like we shouldn't have in this hobby. Like, why am I in this group if like this is the energy that I'm getting from it? It makes me feel inferior and like that I'm not worthy of like having these plants or growing plants because I'm not as seasoned as they are and as connected as they are, and like I don't know.
So that's been a pro.
Definitely
like those plants that they were bragging about is like very, very easily accessible
attainable
now. Yeah.
So I'd say it's a win overall.
Overall, it's a win.
What is a fun fact about your friendship?
That nobody would know.
Let me tell you.
Don't tell them all my secrets.
So, I have known Alice for... Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Maybe I can put this all... Okay, so someone else asked, how did your friendship start? So, we met on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, we put out an ad, female for female friend. Just kidding. I was selling mycins. She bought some mycins. We hit it off. We started messaging on Facebook Messenger. And then I sort of did the diagnosis. I feel like I have a good read of people. I'm like, she doesn't seem like a stalker. She doesn't seem like a pervert.
Little did you know.
Little did I know.
Total pervert.
Pervert stalker. So then I was like, here's my number. Shoot me a text message. And we just started texting and like getting to know each other over text. We did some trades, and then I can't remember like the first time we ever decided to like hang out, like just us.
Yeah. Oh. Because we met to do a trade.
Yeah, we met to do a trade. No.
When was the first time we ever hung out?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Like, I feel like I would have been really scared.
Why don't we know this?
Do you think it would have been to like go to a nursery or something? Like go plant shopping?
It would have had to be plant related.
Yeah, because I don't think we'd be like, oh, let's go out to eat. But I honestly cannot remember what the beginning of our friendship in terms of like...
I remember a lot of this.
Yeah,
you know?
like how we broke the ice of just texting to actually like hanging out in person. I don't remember. I really can't tell you.
It'll come to us one day.
One day.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's how our friendship started, and this was in 2020. So we've known each other almost 3 years now, coming up on 2023.
Yeah.
3 years. We have filmed many collabs here, hosted parties here. You know, she's met my mom. And I have never once stepped foot in her home.
Yeah.
I have never seen the other side of her front door.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
Well, for filming and stuff, it's definitely made more sense to film here because you have all the light. I mean, not right now. You wouldn't know that from watching this video.
See, we could do this at your house.
We could do this at my house. It is so dark.
In theory.
And I have 2 dogs, so it is super chaotic. It's double the chaos. But yeah, I think in general, I don't think my house is like guest friendly.
Why?
Because it doesn't look like how I want it to look, but I can't quite put my finger on it. You know what I mean?
But you don't have to impress me, is the thing.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
here's what has happened in the course of our friendship. Ow! She has sent many pictures to our group chat of, you know, the dogs and the plants and like, oh, I got my Millsbow up. So in my mind, I have this map of her house, of what the inside of her house looks like.
Yeah.
I've sort of put all these puzzle pieces together and I kind of have an idea of what the layout is. But there are certain pieces
missing
that I just cannot put together.
Yeah.
So the day that it happens, if it actually happens in my lifetime, I will be very excited to see what my puzzle looks like in person.
I really did think that by the end of this year you would have been in my house, but it just didn't pan out that way.
I had this theory for a long time. Okay, after the first year of friendship and I hadn't been in her house, I'm like,
oh, that I didn't really have Huxley. That I was just like renting a dog.
No, I thought maybe there was like you were some like weird freak that like collected, like you had just like this mass collection of things that you like didn't want me to find out about. Or maybe she had like a dead corpse in her house,
like just kept it there.
Yeah. Or maybe like, I don't know, like something nasty and creepy and perverted that would ruin our friendship. But I was like, you know what, maybe ignorance is bliss. Maybe I don't want to find out.
I think when you come back from California, we can have a Sunday roast.
She's been saying this 2 years now. 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Here's the thing. I have so much time over the holidays, over my vacation, to like tidy up the house, spruce things up. Plus, G's not working after the 23rd, so I expect the house to look a lot more tidy. Yeah. Anyways,
so,
yeah, that's
anyway,
a fun fact.
that's on camera, and we will see how long it takes after this video goes up for me to step foot in her house.
Yeah.
I have never even crossed the threshold. Like, not even like just, you know, you open the door and you just like, oh, it's raining, it's so cold. Like, oh, let me just go in really quick and then do our plan exchange. Nope, everything happens on the driveway.
One day.
One day,
for sure.
So that's a fun fact about our friendship.
Yeah, I think that's probably the funnest fact.
The funnest fact.
Because we're pretty much an open book otherwise.
In terms of like, if I had to compare my friendship with her to my other close girlfriends, because I only have like 3 other ones. They're all in California.
Okay,
I had
whatever.
never... You have a friend in Britain, okay, or in...
Like, just a friend. I didn't say close friend.
So, I have never gone to the bathroom with Alice. Like, we've never done a joint bathroom break.
Yeah.
I've never gotten, like, smashed with Alice, like, wasted.
Yeah, true.
I have never spanked her butt.
No, you haven't.
Because I am a butt spanker.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would not enjoy that.
I know. And I got the read. I understand consent, boundaries.
Yeah, you're much more with the physical contact than I am.
Yeah. Which is why we didn't hug for the longest time.
I know.
Not to say I didn't want to hug her, but I can
But
read.
it was also the pandemic.
That's true. We weren't gonna like in the middle of the pandemic. Nice to meet you.
I'm not against hugs, but I'm not like a hugger.
Yeah. Well, again, my impression of you was that you were like scary.
Against hugs, yeah.
So someone who gives off that energy does not seem like the type
You
that
just
would
want
want
to
to give a hug.
Yeah.
Yes. So never hugged her, or never. I have hugged her now, but yeah, never spanked her butt.
I've never spanked your butt.
Yeah, never spanked my butt. What else have I done with my girlfriends?
We never had like a sleepover.
Never
or
had
anything?
a sleepover.
Yeah.
Haven't farted in front of each other.
Yeah, you can't fart.
I know, but I've
Yeah.
heard my other friends fart. That's the
Oh,
thing.
okay. I mean, yeah, but you'll never. Sorry, that's one other boundary.
I'll never
we
get it.
won't.
So yeah, I feel like we have a different kind of friendship, but still very close.
Yeah, like we became friends. Like for the majority of our friendship, it was the pandemic. So there's a lot of things that we wouldn't have experienced that you would have experienced with a lot of your close friends.
Yeah, and then eventually, even during the pandemic, we like put each other in each other's bubbles for a period of time.
Yeah, and we were happy to keep our bubbles small. We're just like that.
Yeah.
Not very social.
This is the last. Okay, we have one last plant question and one last personal question.
Ooh.
Last plant question is, how do you feel about your plant community?
We talked about this a little bit already.
Yes. So we talked about how our local
Picky.
plant community they're very picky, don't like to pay a lot market value for plants. And honestly, like I'm saying but it's kind of the same for us too. Like we're not out here looking to spend a bunch on plants.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, but I also don't expect like free plants all the time. Like we have a reasonable gauge of like what a fair price is and what we're willing to pay.
Yes. Fair prices.
Yes.
Yeah, fair for both parties.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say that our local plant community is pretty it's definitely shifted. So in the beginning of the pandemic, it was I feel like we were close. Like it was a very tight-knit group where everyone kind of recognized.
Smaller,
smaller.
I feel like I just jived with the people more than at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like can't put my finger on it. We just saw more eye to eye. I think. All the OG people in the group, by OG I mean like people who joined before it was like 1,000 members. Like I don't think any of us are really that vocal or active or in the groups. We're just kind of like lurking.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't feel like the same group it used to be.
Yeah, I think it's like too big now. Like I feel like there's no there's so many strangers and I just don't want to put myself out there. It just felt better when it was a smaller group. And yeah, this like second wave of people that have come in, I feel like it's just been so different.
There are certain people that are just the most loud.
It just kind of ruins it for like the people who treat like a plant group page like their personal diary
or like their personal social media, like
it's like
posting selfies of themselves daily and
I don't need to see that 6 times a week. Like I really don't.
Truly.
You know, or people just trying to push their like Instagrams and like this is my page and go follow me, like
or like
gosh, it's a lot.
It's a little spammy, but it just like there's a lot of that kind of stuff. They're just like what, like that makes the group not really feel like the home it used to be.
I know.
Yeah, I actually feel like much more at home on Instagram, YouTube because like the little community we've built I recognize these names and like I feel like
had conversations before.
Yeah, and it's not just that we just found ourselves in the same place. Like we kind of found each other. Is how I see it.
Yeah, so it's and I think the nice thing about YouTube and Instagram specifically is that, like, you know, when you come to, let's say, an Instagram like ours, where it can fly off the rails a little bit, like, the people that are coming to the Instagram, like, they see that, they read it, and they still want to follow. So you're kind of like attracting like-minded people. It's not just like a free forum where everyone joins. It's like a very, like, you only follow it if you can jive with it, right? So I feel comfortable in that sense with the people that follow me, because, like, if you follow me, I would hope that maybe you read. I would never follow someone without reading the captions first.
Yeah. But
Just
I think
because
a lot of people do, though.
I think a lot of people do, but I'm definitely more selective, because I want to make sure that we're, like, the same kind of person. Like, I don't want to just follow Instagrams that are like tips and tricks and
if you have, like, if I love your photos but your captions are just make me angry,
or like engagement grabby or something.
Yeah.
So I think in that sense, Alice and I feel more comfortable on Instagram and YouTube, because we know that we have more like-minded people in our circle
that kind of like grouped together.
Whereas the Facebook group is like, you don't know.
Like literally anyone could show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say it's just like any other local community. There are the cliques, you know, the little friends groups that sort of flock together. I don't find anything wrong with cliques, to be honest.
No.
Like, unless there's like a notorious like Mean Girls clique where there actually used to be.
Yeah.
So, and I've talked about this on my channel when I almost got scammed when a scammer tried to make me a scammer.
I mean, like, cliques that like go out and do damage.
That was like a mean girl clique.
Yeah.
And I was not okay with that, and I made sure. So, like those kinds of cliques, no. But if you have like a clique because you found people that you drive with and stuff, I don't see anything wrong with that.
No. It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me at all. We do have the very few sort of like elitist or like wannabe elitists.
Yeah.
You know? And we don't jive with them. We don't cause any drama. We don't engage. We don't talk crap about them. We just mind our own business and just let them.
As long as you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane.
Like, it's not that deep. No. It is what it is. And I feel like we just kind of talk to the people that we do get along with. We do plant trades and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is nice, like, going to events and like seeing people you recognize like their pictures, and like, or they'll come up to you and be like, you know, it's in that sense it's nice. And there are like so many like nice people in our community that are just so sweet. A lot of people in our community have done really, really nice things for other people, whether it's like, you know, someone got scammed for like a plant, and then a bunch of people will like come together and just like give this person plants or something, like stuff like that.
Or like raise money, like donate plants for a purge to raise money for like their dog is sick or something like that. It's like there's no regrets of joining the group, and I don't ever plan on leaving, but like I think that we got our friendships that we wanted out of the group early on, and like we're not looking to make more, but it is all still to this day a very good place to make plant friends.
And I think we should talk about that one comment that we got. Or actually, I got about 3 comments when we did our repot and chat on the table, and we were saying how we don't really want to make any more friends.
Yeah.
And then remember they read it and were like, oh, that like kind of sucks, because I was hoping that we could be friends or something like that. Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, we're talking like friendships where you give each other birthday gifts, Christmas presents. You are
go out for dinner.
Go out for dinner. Like, we get to know each other's partners.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of friendships that we said we like. The capacity for having more of those is like at the max, which I don't feel bad about, because I think as a person, like you watching, you deserve to have a friendship where you're valued, and you know, people put their time into your birthdays and when you're going through something, to set aside that time to listen and to be there for you. But to sit here at like having a platform and saying, I will be that friend for you, for everyone, it's impossible, right?
Yeah. And I think like there's, you can say off the cuff, like, oh, my friend gave me this plant, or I traded my friend, but like there's, you know, two meanings behind friends. So in that instance, we were talking about like real friends, and both of us were very selective about like who we choose as real friends. And we were very our capacity is very low for how many people were willing to put into that effort.
But in terms of like people, like friends we meet on Instagram, friends from YouTube, I've made so many. Like, you know, I've had like really, really deep personal conversations with complete strangers on Instagram talking about depression, anxiety, trauma. Like I've cried over messages. I've like laughed, like every emotion you can feel. It's not that like we don't want to create any kind of relationship with the people that we are trying to connect to. That's not what we meant, because we do that like daily. We have we have people that we're always like interacting with and commenting with, and like, you know, I'll remember like, oh yeah, you got that plant, like how's it doing? That's different. So I hope that we didn't
that's a level of friendship. I hope we didn't give the impression of like,
don't
talk to me,
not friends. No, that's not what we meant. It's just like, am I gonna invite every single person over for Sunday roast? No. I don't know how to make a roast. Okay, last question. You've talked about what annoys you about the other. I don't remember this, but maybe we did.
No, I did in my video.
Oh, okay.
But you weren't there.
But I feel like it was reverse. You weren't actually saying things that annoyed you. It was like nice things that annoyed you.
Yes.
Right?
I was saying that your house is so crazy tidy and not cluttered. Your handwriting was nice. You're good at BeatStar.
Okay, so how about the thing? Whoa, I didn't know you could zoom out that far.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It looks like one of those mosaics now, of a forest.
Don't look at my nudes. What are things you admire about each other? God, we're so orange.
Orange.
Orange, you're glad it's not
milk.
Custard.
Admire.
One thing I admire about Alice, her eyeliner, for sure. Eyeliner, I wish I could do my eyeliner like that.
You could.
This is the best I can do. No, this doesn't get any better than this.
I really admire Charmaine's work ethic. I think you struggle with like trying to balance yourself and like not push yourself too much, but I admire to like the level of detail you're willing to go on something, on almost basically everything.
OCD.
Without
OCD.
and like the planning and organization that goes into executing all that. Like you couldn't do it without that level of organization. So that's definitely something I admire, because organization in the sense of planning my days in a very like strategic and like laid out way ahead of time is not my strong suit. I always want to just wing it. So like I definitely admire that, and that's one thing I want to change.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, I just need to calendarize things.
You need to like find a style that suits you.
Yeah.
Like my way of going about things is probably chaotic to a lot of people, but for my brain, it just makes sense.
Is it calendars that you use?
Yeah. So I use like a mix of things. I use a lot of notepads. I use my calendar, timers on my like alarms on my phone.
But in the sense of like planning out what you want to do in a week.
My notebook.
Oh, okay.
Notebook is what I do. I think the most difficult part about it is being realistic in what you can get done in a day.
Yeah, because if the more you fail it, the more you are like, oh, like whatever.
Yeah. But
like,
the thing is with like a paper list, like everything that's not crossed off, just push it down. Or you can rejig things and make it fit into the schedule. But I don't know, you just, it took a while to get into a good system, but it was only because my ADHD was so bad that I felt like I was sort of losing focus of my life. Like I felt like I was like spiraling out of control, and so I just like had to find something that worked for me.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if I didn't do that, I would just be freaking mindlessly wandering around doing everything, and it would just be a gigantic mess, and I'd get nothing done. The end. I want to do one thing I admire about you besides your eyeliner. Because that's pathetic. I admire your what's the word I'm looking for? God! What's the word? You know, like you can fucking like bake shit from scratch and like
God.
like
It's not hard.
No, that's what you say. Baking is a work of art.
Instruction.
You can cook well, and it feels like it's like natural to you. Like she'll be like, oh my god, I have nothing to cook for dinner, and then it'll be like a roast, like mashed potatoes with her gravy. When she said she wanted to make gravy, we were like planning out a dinner for something. We're like, oh yeah, we can do gravy, and I put like a gravy packet on my to buy list because it's like Walmart.
It's so easy.
You just pour the powder, you add water, you mix it, gravy. She's like, so we need like the insides of like the turkey.
Like, it's as easy to make gravy once you've got the juices versus whisking the powder.
The problem is getting the juices.
Yeah, you have to make sure that the juices are obtained.
See,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just being able to like make her cookies, or she'll like grow dill and go harvest it in the backyard.
Yeah.
And
I do that realistically once a year, and then it just
grows
like
potatoes.
I haven't harvested my potatoes this year. They're probably all rotten in the ground.
Oh, they're still in there?
Yeah, they're still in there.
Poor thing.
My carrots are still in there. Okay.
We did it. Can you tell we're tired?
We're so tired.
We're so tired. We filmed her video today, and I still need to pack up a box of stuff.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be part of my week of, so we won't put that in this video. So yeah, anyway, that was all of the questions that not all the questions we got, but we didn't want to be sitting here talking for like 10 hours. So
It's so dark.
I know. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. I do have sort of a running list of, questions that people have asked in the past, and so whatever wasn't answered here, I'll just add it to that list, and whenever we can get some time to like talk about things, maybe like in a car chat or repot chat or something. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope everyone is having a great December so far, and that everyone is in the Christmas spirit, because I definitely am not. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. Head over to Alice's channel if you want to watch another sort of Q&A video. That one was a little bit more entertaining. We played a game. We unboxed our Christmas gifts to each other. And yeah, that one was a fun one. That one I think we answered more questions in your video than mine.
Well, it took way longer, that's for sure.
Yeah, hers is going to be look for the 4-hour-long video. I will link the description. I will link her channel in the description, so make sure you follow her. And what else do we want to say? Floss your teeth. Don't forget to leave cookies out for Santa. And
if you were naughty this year, it's too freaking late.
It's too late for you. It's too late. You
Yeah,
gotta be
better
good.
luck next year.
You gotta be good by like August. I feel like
Yeah,
there's still
June,
some redemption.
Yeah.
End of summer, beginning of fall. Sorry if you're not gonna get a gift from Santa. But to be fair, I haven't gotten a gift from Santa in 25 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
I remember when I caught my mom sneaking our gifts under the tree.
Aww.
I was like this behind my railings.
My mom would label the gifts with Post-its, and I was like, why does Santa have the same handwriting as my mom?
She didn't even change her handwriting. My mom did like the most Santa handwriting you've ever seen.
Really?
Me and my sisters were like analyzing it like this. We were like, there's no way mom could have done this. Like it's so curly and like,
oh,
you know,
my mom was just Alice, and I was like,
Alice?
that's mom's handwriting. Santa doesn't exist.
No. Yeah, I remember catching her and I was like, Mom? She was like, go to sleep. Go to your room. I was horrified.
Zoom in on your face.
No, truly, it was like the moment that I realized my entire
Aw.
life was a lie and that Santa Claus wasn't real. That was a terrible time. Maybe that's why I hate Christmas. It's childhood trauma.
Your mom's gonna watch your
I always roast her every year. I'm like, remember the time you fucked up? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribed so far. And if you're new here, hello. If you are old here, hello. And I will see you in the next one.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you and me. Merry Christmas to you and me.